Hello, Michael. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Um, yeah, super glad to be on. You mentioned Scott earlier. He's been a great mentor of mine as well. So I'm super happy to be able to follow up and meet here with you today.
Of course, of course. Yeah. Scott comes with a great experience. He has been selling on Amazon for quite a long time. Tell me something about how is Buyboxer, the seller, is doing on Amazon currently. I mean, are you in touch with that side of the business, or you are only focusing on the software side?
So I'm pretty well connected with that side of the business. So while I don't work with Buyboxer. I have many friends who work there, and enough to where I'm able to say that Buyboxer continues to grow, as is the case. And when you're doing wholesale, there'll be times when you lose a brand and then you find two new brands. So there's always that work, that cycling of brands, figuring out which
Mhm.
ones you're not going to be able to continue to grow with and finding new ones to replace them. That's always the process, especially this time of year as we get ready for the end of the year, which is always the heavy sales period here. Well, it's the heavy sales period for Amazon US. That's been the big focus for them lately. So they're continuing to find more deals, more products, and more opportunity on Amazon wholesale.
How much potential you see of this business of, like, for example, reselling brands or wholesale FBA on Amazon? Is it really worth still doing it according to you or your experience?
Mm. So that's a great question. I was looking at some numbers today actually, and there's still hundreds and hundreds of millions. There's still billions and billions of dollars in wholesale sellers being sold every month.
True.
So I would say yes. I would say that there's still plenty of reason to choose this business model. I was just doing some estimates earlier, and I was seeing probably a little over a little over 3 billion a month in wholesale revenue being generated. So that's pretty incredible.
Cool.
And that was probably a conservative estimate.
Yeah, agree. I'm personally a fan of doing wholesale and brand reselling business on Amazon because to me it's the safest business model, because I always preach and tell my students that you don't. I mean, if you want to do a business on Amazon, this is the only business that you want to focus and build accordingly, because either it's a drop shipping or private label, everything comes with a serious number of cons compared to pros. So I recommend this business always to everyone. So Michael, majority of the sellers these days, or so far in the past few months, they come to me, they say it is difficult for them to open a trade account with the brands directly.
Mm-hmm.
So have you gone through such process, or what does your experience say in case, like, I know most of the brands or majority of the brands do not like to entertain retail sellers directly. They want to either direct you to their distributors, or they would just say, no, we don't allow Amazon or eBay sellers anymore, or just we don't. So what do you think? I mean, what should we do? How do we go through this process? Or is there a different strategy you can recommend to the students or people?
Yeah. So there's a couple things you can do here. One, you can try to sell yourself as an Amazon expert, as someone who's going to add value to them by saying, look, I understand Amazon. I know who your competitors are. Did you know that this brand is doing? You can do some research on them and say, if you're looking to resell some tennis balls, you can say, did you know that your competitor who also sells tennis balls is growing by this much and you're only growing by this much? well, I think I can help you with that. You can try and create kind of a relationship in that aspect. That's one way of looking at it. Another thing too is while there are plenty who will give pushback, there's plenty who won't as well. So sometimes it's just a matter of perseverance and putting in the time to reach out to more. I mean, I have probably set up accounts with hundreds of brands. So I've been through that process. And for every yes, there's a lot of no's. That's just normal. It's just the normal process. There's lots of people who don't understand Amazon. So you can try to convince them, but also sometimes it's just okay to just move on and know that if you keep looking, you're going to find a brand that says yes.
Agreed.
So that's my thing is there's lots of no's. Every no gets you closer to a yes.
So true. So true. That's so true. So have you got any experience with the Middle East or Gulf markets of Amazon, like UAE or Kingdom of Saudi Arabia? Any of these markets, have you ever touched those? Or if no, have you ever seen the other markets like the European market or the UK market or anything like that, besides US?
Yeah. So I have not personally sold into those markets, but through SmartScout, I have helped to to analyze the data for those markets. So I can tell you that there is opportunity. So recently on SmartScout, we actually just barely added Amazon Germany, Amazon France, Amazon Italy, Amazon India. So we can actually now analyze those markets a little bit and kind of see what revenue is being generated in those markets. And while they're not as big as Amazon US, there is definitely opportunity in those other in those smaller markets,
Right.
especially for anyone who's willing to be creative and kind of like we were just saying. Any aspect of growing your business is going to take time. It's going to take a little bit of experimentation. So it might require a little bit more risk, some of these markets, but if you take the time, you can find ways to create profit in these markets.
Got it. Tell me something about SmartScout, the software you guys have been working on. I do have access to it, and I'm sure that's the only software I have found that really helps the wholesale sellers on Amazon and finding the best brands or stuff like that. So tell me something, how many brands does SmartScout has right now, specifically to the US market and then UK market?
Yeah, so currently in our database, we have a little over 1 million brands. Hold on one second, let me pull it up.
Oh my God.
And we can take a look at it a little bit. Let's play around.
Of course, I would love to see that.
Okay, well, perfect. All right, so currently, let's go ahead. We're in brands. We picked the US marketplace. So let's see how many brands we have. So we have 1,980,000 brands.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
1.1 million brands you guys got. And that's for your US, right?
Yeah. So for anyone who says like, hey, I've been told no by a brand that I can't sell on Amazon, well, you have another million more that you can talk to and see if you can sell them on Amazon.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So when we talk about opportunity, there's a lot.
Amazing. So I do understand that we have to apply the filters. We have to go shortlist many of these brands. So many of these brands are maybe private label as well. So I have used this software, so I know how to filter out. And in fact, we have also created some videos in our language or Urdu language, so our students can better understand it, and then they use it accordingly. I believe we have also sent a lot of traffic to the software, to SmartScout, because Scott also told me that there's a high number of Pakistani sellers you guys got.
Yep.
So tell me about the UK brand number of brands, if you can quickly take a look at that. You got more than US and UK, I believe. I mean, besides the other countries.
And then Germany actually has a decent amount as well. So let's see what our count is in UK brands. We have 500,000 brands that are in the UK.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
quite a few.
Yeah, for the UK market, it's still a lot.
Yeah.
So how many markets or which markets this software works well?
So currently we have the US market, the UK market, the Italy market, Germany market, Canada, France, Mexico, India, and Spain.
Oh, you guys, yeah, as well. It's
Yep.
amazing.
We can actually dial into India a little bit. India is one of our newest ones.
Yeah,
a little bit
because
smaller.
last time I last used a few weeks ago, so I didn't see it. I guess you guys have added it recently.
Yes, just a couple weeks ago. So we have 45,000 brands in India. So smaller than the other ones, but still 45,000 brands. That's quite a few brands. So
I believe when the market is smaller, there is a bigger opportunity lies in there, because people can still make ways for private label or just existing brands, getting more products out of them, and also they can create bundles. I think we can do a lot of things in the new markets. There's a lot of potential in those.
Yep, that is correct.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
How do you think, what best filters? I mean, I'm not asking you to teach me how, but maybe you can just give me a rough idea of how to find the best brands who you think would have the better chances to give approval to sell on Amazon.
That's
just your thought.
Yeah. So the method that I actually would recommend is we can actually go down to sellers, and we can use a seller search, and I can search through other Amazon sellers.
Right.
So why I would do this is because I want to find someone who's a very, very successful Amazon wholesaler and see if maybe some of the brands are a good idea. So what I would do is I would say, because some of these bigger numbers are from companies like Zappos, they're an actual brand, Amazon. So we don't want that big of a seller. I would say the biggest seller we want is maybe doing, let's say maybe doing $15 million a month. That's still pretty big. It's still very big, but smaller than some of those giant brands. And then this is the percentage of FBA. So since we're selling from Pakistan, right? We want everything we sell to be FBA. So I'm going to want their FBA percentage to be pretty high, like at least 80% of their product should be FBA. And then the number of brands they're selling, if they're only selling one brand, then they're probably private label.
Private label, correct.
So I'm going to say minimum, I want them to sell 10 brands. So now we've built a list of 1,000 companies that are probably wholesalers.
Wholesale sellers.
So now I can hop on like NetRush, and I can see. Looks like they have a bunch of brands. They have different levels of the brand percentage. So that shows me how often are they the seller of the brand. So if it's 96%, then that might be their own brand. But if it's 4%, then I know they're just reselling. And if I want to, so there's 53 brands they're selling. Maybe not all of these brands will be an opportunity, but some of these brands are going to be an opportunity for me, especially the ones that get a lower percentage, like this one right here, Flora. And then I can continue to do my research. That's a way that I would find a lot of brands fast, is by using.
I have a question actually.
Yeah.
Can you go to that NetRush tab again?
Yep.
So in here, tell me about this brand percentage estimate. How do we see it actually? The one is 93, the other one is 10%. What does it mean actually?
Yeah, so the brand percentage, That means that of the sales that the Roughwear brand makes, 93% of those sales are attributed to the Net Rush seller.
Okay, so Roughwear, the brand, the whole brand, and this seller Net Rush is selling 93% of this brand products only, right?
Yep, exactly.
So that means Roughwear, this brand is maybe this brand has exclusive rights with Net Rush. Is that what you are saying?
Exactly. Yep.
Mhm.
So anytime you see a number that's higher than probably 70 or 80%, or even higher than 60%, it usually means there's some kind of either an exclusive relationship or ownership happening.
Got it.
Or maybe they've just found a brand that no one else is selling. That happens too. So that's why I would look at the ones, and we can actually filter, even within here, we can actually filter by where they have the lowest. And I can see on these ones, they're making $3,000 a month off of Mega Food, and they're only a small percentage. So maybe we can open up an account with Mega Food. So you can also filter by that. You can also actually remove and say, hey, I actually don't want to see anything where they have an exclusive relationship. So now there's only 27 brands, and these are all probably brands that I could open up an account with and start making business.
Amazing. That's a great tip, actually. Okay, for me, a person like me who is doing a lot of stuff, not focusing on one task, I mean, how can I make it easier for myself to stick to it? For me, it's very easy to get distracted in the middle, and then it gets too difficult to come back because you know, the moment we lose the focus, and then it's all gone. What do you have any best practices around this, or does it happen with you as well? Or
Yeah, so it's interesting. So for me personally, when it comes to tasks like this, I have to set aside large blocks. It's a lot. I will get more work done if I spend 3 hours sourcing products, like just looking at products like we're doing right now, than I will if I try and do half an hour every day for 2 weeks. And that, even though that equates to 7 hours of work, I'll do more if I just do 3 hours in a row. So oftentimes for me, it's picking a task or even picking a day and saying today's task or tonight's task is this. If I try and do every task every day, I'm never going to do any of them very well. It's kind of like building a house. I've got some experience in construction, and it's easier to do all of the floor than to build a room and then do each part of a room and then do the floor and then move on to the next room, because by the time you get to the floor again, you've forgotten how to do flooring. Instead, if you can do all the floor at once, you will learn how to be faster, how to be more precise, and your brain will automatically prepare itself to be better at it the longer you do it. So that's my theory with it.
perfect, awesome. Yeah, that's helpful actually. Scott said there's a large number of Pakistani sellers now you guys have on board. So what's the deal with it? How many sellers you got, and how they're performing? I mean, anything that you can share about like an insight about those sellers or how they're performing, stuff like that.
Yeah. So I was looking at it earlier, and I don't want to give away too much information on these sellers, but I was seeing that some of our Pakistan-based sellers are doing, like in total, Pakistan-based sellers are doing hundreds of thousands of sales on Amazon every month.
Amazing.
So it's amazing. It's amazing the impact that they're having, because every one of those sellers is building a lifestyle, and it's just incredible to see that growth coming.
Correct. True. So true that is. You mentioned about how to use SmartScout to copy wholesale success. I mean, is it something like a strategy that you want to share with us, or what does it mean actually?
Yeah. So kind of like we just went through, we want to find these larger wholesale sellers And
Right.
know that while today I might be starting small, right? Maybe I'm only buying $500 worth of products or less. I could potentially grow into being a monster products or any one of these. So kind of that same process we just went through, where I can dig in and find someone who's built a successful company, um, like this one right here. And I can start, and this is now a list of products that I should go out and start trying to get these brands, and each of these brands has products, and maybe I figure out which of these products I want to do. This is a little bit of our dashboard. When you're looking at a brand, you can see what's happening with that brand, how much total revenue the brand's getting, what the average selling price is, how often Amazon's around. Just a quick overview. And then I can look at their products and see which of all their products are the ones that are most profitable. This product right here, they're making $116,000 off of every month. Just that one single product. So there are products out there where people are having a lot of success, and by doing this process, I can slowly build my business and kind of emulate what they're doing and learn from their success.
So how do you do, okay, because the market majorly, like for example, I'm a trainer and mentor to many, I coach many people. So the way I train and teach them the methods, the filters, the criteria to find new brands on Amazon, majority of course apply the same filters and stuff, and majority also reaches to lands on the same brands. What do you think about the competition? How do they analyze competition or sales prediction on the brands, as you think this is one of the best features of using SmartScout?
So that's a great question. Here's kind of how I would step into that. So let's actually go back to the Galactic Shop. So let's say this product right here looks like a fantastic product, and it's ranked $34.99 in grocery. Let's actually look at this on Amazon really quick here. Do a little bit of, so it's a 4-pack. It's the 4 different items. Let me double check the rank. So it's 4,000 in grocery. So what I would do is I can actually come back here and use our sales estimator. There's other sales estimator tools out there. And it was in grocery.
How accurate is that sales estimator?
That is a great question. I would say that the sales estimate might be a little bit high per month, but it is fairly accurate. We're going to actually test this number against what we saw in SmartScout. So SmartScout says that this product does, hold on here. So these guys are doing 116,000 off of this product every month. I'm actually getting it, and the buy box price is that. I'm just gonna do some math here. Okay, so our buy box price is $37.22, and we estimate. Well, actually, let's go with this. So we estimate that many sales. Yeah, it's pretty close to what our other estimations are. So I think it's actually fairly accurate on how many sales are going to be there. I would say, if anything, we actually might be a little bit low on the sales estimator. So currently, so if I'm assuming that there are going to be 3,100 sales on this product, I can actually come back here and I can actually look at this product. Let me grab this ASIN and go back to our products tab. I just want to see how many other sellers there are. We can actually use our, so right now we're saying that there's 4 FBA sellers and there's $116,000 in revenue. So if I'm here trying to decide if this is an opportunity for me or not, we can divide this number by 4. So, and I know that currently each of them are getting around 800 sales. Now, is that going to be perfectly divided between the 4 sellers? Not exactly, but
Correct.
So now what I would do is I would say, well, if I want to hop on and be the 5th seller, let's divide this by 5. I could be getting 600 sales. And then I would probably, just to be safe competition wise, I would probably cut that number in half just to protect myself from unnecessary risk, right? And say,
Right.
I feel pretty confident that I could buy 300 units of this product. I would still probably want to do a test phase and just buy like maybe 10 to 50 units and see how well they go. But then if not, then I'd feel comfortable selling up to 300 units of this product every month, which ends up being $5 price is 37. So that's what, $9,000 in that unit every month. So I hope that answers your question. That's kind of the process that I would use to figure out if the competition was too great. Now, as far as people copying the same practices as others, I would say you will be rewarded the deeper you look. This is page 1. I mean, these are some of the top ones, but there's over 1,000 different brands you can dig through here. So if you really want to find something where there's going to be lower competition, you can always dig deeper, peel back some extra layers. And I have a belief that effort is rewarded, whether it's immediately or with time. Your effort and that investment will be rewarded.
I believe there's a process to see the traffic graph to create bundle opportunities. Do you mind sharing your insights about that? How do we go about it?
Yes. So here is our traffic graph. It's behaving kind of funky. All right. So our traffic graph shows consumer habits. Here we are.
Sure.
So this is the traffic graph for keto chocolate.
Okay.
So the keyword is keto chocolate. These products, the product like this with the gold circle and the number 1 on it means that appears in the first row of the search when we search for keto chocolate. These purple lines are products that are frequently bought together with this product. Or in other words, if I was to buy this product would come recommended as a frequently bought together product. Now,
okay,
I can use this to understand consumer habits by knowing that this consumer also buys this product. I might be interested in making a bundle of buying this product and creating a listing with those 2 products together might be successful for me. And I can do this in anything. So actually, let's go back to, I'm going to grab that ASIN from earlier. So say we wanted to buy those syrups, I can actually plug in the ASIN here. And it will create a chart for me. And maybe since I know people really like to buy those syrups, maybe there's other products that I can bundle with it. So let's go through the process a little bit and see if there's a bundle strategy we can implement with that product that we already know gets a decent amount of sales every month. Wow, yeah, there's a lot of action going on here. Okay, so this is actually a great example of what you could do. So this product right here is a frequently bought together product with all these products, because that's the pump. So this is a syrup.
right.
So that's the pump you put inside. So you could make a bundle and have 4 pumps. So 4 of these pumps. So you have 1 for each of these bottles, and that would be probably a great bundle opportunity. Maybe somebody's already done that, but that right there is a really good idea for a bundle opportunity.
Yes, true.
So, and it looks like, I don't know, I'd have to do more research, but that seems to be the trend all across here is, while there's lots of sales happening in these syrups, making a bundle with the right syrups is important. Also, you might be able to, if you really took the time, since these are all different flavors, you might be able to figure out which flavor combination would be the most successful that currently doesn't exist. So for example, peach, it looks like peach is often sold with, sorry, I'm looking here. I'm going to pull peach over here. I'm going to pull its relatives over here. So peach is often bought with, what flavor is this? Raspberry. So the raspberry flavor and the peach flavor are often bought together. And then with the peach flavor often comes the brown cinnamon sugar. So you could figure out some combinations that maybe don't exist.
Right. True.
That should exist by using this map. So this is actually a pretty good example of how you can get really creative. So there's lots of these 4-packs already being sold, but maybe there's a 4-pack of a certain assortment of flavors that nobody's figured out yet that actually could be the most popular. So that's a great bundling opportunity, at least bundling potential. So somebody's decided that raspberry, coconut, strawberry, and peach all go together. And it looks like the people who buy this also buy vanilla. So maybe if you just added 2 bottles of vanilla to the pack and made a 6-pack, you'd be good to go. So that's just an idea on how to run that strategy.
Yeah. That makes life so easy for those who love doing bundles. I think it's this is something new to me that I'm seeing right now. I haven't seen this traffic graph. It looks amazing, and how easy it is to produce the ideas to create bundles along with the complementary or necessary items. I think, yeah, I do have to make videos on this specific case, so our students and people can learn more about it and make use of it, the best use of it. Yeah. Thank you for sharing this, Michael. I appreciate it.
Yep.
There was a coupon Scott offered to our audience and students, and I assume that's still active and working. So I'll share that again with the audience and let them take advantage of using discount for you. Anything else that you think is helpful, or that you want to share with the audience in respect to this SmartScout thing?
So something else that might be interesting to you, and there's other FBA calculators, there's the one online, but we do have an FBA calculator. So if you want to run your profitability really quick on a product, so for example, if we actually go back, since this has been our favorite product of the day, let's actually use it really quick in the FBA calculator. I can look and see. So our selling price is $37.27. And then you can plug in here if you're, you plug in your ship to Amazon, if you use a prep center, what your prep center costs are, so that way you can account for those extra costs. And then cost for the product, let's just assume that we can get it for, let's say $15. I'm just guessing, maybe less, maybe more. And then if we were able to get those, I think I said the safe estimate would be that we could get 325 sales. Then let's say that our that maybe this takes off $3 of that. Whoops.
Yes.
So now we can analyze kind of our opportunity a little bit and see that we could make a net profit of $5 and then a total profit of 1,000. of a little over $1,700 off of a $4,800 investment. So just when it comes to analyzing, building your business, there's plenty of tools we could continue to go over, but that's just the last one I wanted to share with you guys today.
Cool, cool. Awesome. I think just tell me something, how accurate this calculator is. I did see in the past there was an issue with another software in calculating, and we had to cross-check it with Amazon's own revenue calculator. So can we trust on it? I mean, is it 100% accurate, or we should still consider cross-checking with revenue calculator of Amazon's own?
So you never know if Amazon's going to change rules or change fees. So of course, the Amazon calculator is always going to be the most accurate, right? But for the most part, we are accurate and we can be trustworthy. But there's never going to be something as accurate as what Amazon will tell you.
Agree. Okay. So
it's always, I always there's a saying that you measure twice, cut once. And it means that you check twice and then you make a decision. So that's what I would do.
That's what I believe as well. So yeah, I agree. So Micheal, besides this, anything else you would like to share or say to the audience, the students, the new Amazon sellers, any message for them?
Thank you for letting me kind of get to know you all, talk with you all today. I'm looking forward to future opportunities to talk with you all. It's there's plenty of opportunity out there. I've been in the Amazon space for over 6 years now, and every year everyone thinks that everything's going to change the next year, and it has. But in so many ways, those basic principles that have made people successful, the principles of working hard and being smart, being innovative, those will continue. You'll be able to continue to find success using those principles into the future, no matter what changes happen.
Of course, so true. Micheal, thank you so much for your time today and speaking all these insight and the very helpful tips you have shown. And I'm sure it will be very, very helpful for the people of Pakistan, especially the Amazon sellers. And I'll let you go. I have taken a lot of your time. Once again, thank you so much, and we'll stay in touch. And this video will be published on our all the channels, the social channels, and I'll send you share the link with you as well.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
I'll get you my headshot. Thank you. Okay.
Take care. Have a good one.